into my chair and get ready. All right. Good morning, everyone. It is time for Cheer Yoga Express. I'm Corrine Hodges, so I'm subbing for Judith while she is away. Hope you have a good class. So I'm going to start in my chair. And I have my back a little bit off the chair, so I'm not resting on it. So depending on the kind of chair you have, you can see this chair goes back. I'm trying to sit up nice and tall. I'm just going to do some shoulder rolls. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Inhale up. And we're going to leave these shoulders back and down. So I have a nice opening in my chest. I'm sitting up nice and tall. So I'm either going to take, you could take your hands under your chair. You could also take your hands on your legs. I'm going to take them on my knees. And we're just going to do some breathing here. So this is your cat-cow in a chair. Again, check that your feet, your ankles are right under your knees. So we're going to start with an exhalation. Exhale, belly to the spine, spine towards the back of your chair, chin to your chest, your tailbone is tucked. Belly to the spine. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Fill your belly with air. Exhale, belly to the spine, spine towards the back of the chair, chin towards the chest, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Fill the belly with air. Exhale, belly to the spine, spine to the back of the chair, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, fill the belly. And one more, exhale, belly goes to the spine, spine to the back of the chair. Got a tucked belly. And then I'm going to sit up nice and straight. So you should feel your two sits bones underneath. You might, if you have a little extra flesh there, you might need to lift it up to the sides to get on those sits bones. I know I need to do that. Sitting up tall. Shoulders down, opening at the sternum and the chest. Grounded in your chair. From here, I'm going to just tilt my head, right ear towards the right shoulder. I'm breathing into the left side of my neck. And I'm going to drop the left arm off my leg and dangle it a little bit. I could move it around in figure eights or circles. And imagine that you're holding a weight in that left hand. Draw that shoulder down. Breathe into your neck. It's really on the exhalation where you release. I take my right hand on the side of my head and lift it up straight. Both hands on the legs, left ear to the left shoulder. Make sure you don't pull the left shoulder to the ear. Let the ear go to the shoulder. I'm going to drop my right arm off the chair, dangle it. I can do figure eights. I can do circles. I can let it just hang. Try to release the shoulder to the floor. Breathing into that side of your neck. Think about continuing the breathing we started class with. A nice deep inhale. Just as long exhale. Take that right arm, place the hand back on the leg, left hand on the side of the head, lift it up. Now we're going to turn the head. So we're just going to slowly turn. Try to get the chin over the right shoulder. So listen to your neck, listen to your body. Breathing into the side of the neck. Necks are so important. Exhale, center. Twisting to the other side. Don't bring the shoulder forward. Try to get your chin so it's right over the shoulder, which may not be possible. But just imagine that it's moving back without any straining. Exhale back forward. So we're going to do the same thing over the right shoulder. And then when you get as far as you can, take your eyes and imagine that you're looking at the wall behind you. And what that might do is just naturally your chin moves a little bit further back, even if it's a millimeter. Breathe in. Bring the eyes back to the head back center. Over the left shoulder. Then when you're there, take the eyes, can you move them all the way back? Eyes back to the head back center. Very, very good. All right, so we're gonna start moving here a bit. And I'm gonna take my legs out, and you can see my feet are also turned out. They're not 90 degrees, completely turned out. They're on a diagonal. So this would be about 40 degrees, sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna take my right elbow to my right thigh. If you cannot reach your thigh, you could take a yoga block and put it there. You could also just brace your arm as well as you can. And I'm gonna bring my left arm down. And you can see I can even take it under my knee towards the wall behind me. So we're gonna start by opening and reaching back. The top of that left hand goes back towards the wall behind you. Exhale, take it through and down and under this knee. Inhale, open and reach back. Try to have a straight arm as much as you can. Breathe into that shoulder. Exhale, reach under the knee. Inhale and open back. This is number 3. We're doing 5. Exhale, under. Inhale and open back. That's 4. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and open back. Exhale and let this arm hang. This is really good for our shoulders. And just make little circles. So I'm just letting the shoulder hang, and then the arm, the hand is making the circles, and that's making the arm move a little bit. It's small circles. I'll stop and go in the other direction. And then I'll slowly come and sit back up nice and tall. Left arm, forearm on the leg. You can see I've got my palm turned up. And we're going to start by taking this right arm and maybe reaching under that knee a bit. We're going to inhale up, trying to touch the wall behind me with my fingers, the top of that hand. Exhale and come through. Inhale and open up. Exhale and come through. Inhale and open up. This is number 3. We're doing 5. Exhale and come through. 2 more. Inhale, open up. Exhale and come through. 1 more. Inhale and open up. Exhale and come through. Dangling that arm from the shoulder to start to make circles with the hand, which moves the whole arm. Your arm stays straight. And then in the other direction, little circles. You can push into that left arm and sit back up. So we had a request for shoulders and hips, and just what we just did, that really helped to open the shoulder. And then moving the feet out like this, moving the legs out, turning the feet out, does start to open up the hips. Sitting nice and tall, walk your feet in together. And you can just butterfly the legs. And so when I do this, you may not be able to see my feet, but when my knees are together, the soles of the feet are on the floor. When I take them out, I'm rolling onto the outer edges of my feet. So checking the flexibility of our feet, you can do that. You're rolling onto the outer edges of the feet when you open the knees. And very good. All right, so we're gonna do warrior, we'll actually do crescent lunge. Change that on the chair. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to the right. I have my right leg going 90 degrees, so the knee's over the ankle. I'm going to stretch my left leg back, and I'm turning this hip down and forward. So I'll hold on to the back of the chair with my right hand. I'll take my left hand on my left hip, And it may want to open towards the camera, but I'm not going to let it. I'm going to take that hand and send the hip forward. So if I drew a line, my left and my right hip are even across. So I'm going to hold that hip forward. I'm going to stretch this heel back as much as I can and want. Breathing, opening at the chest, holding onto my chair with the back arm. Keep bringing this hip, your left hip forward. You should have a really nice stretch through that leg. Then if you can go ahead and take this front arm, your left arm up to the sky. My pinky's going forward, my thumb's back, the palm is turned inward, breathing. Try to get 3 to 5 big breaths. Inhalation, exhalation. Inhalation, exhalation. One more, inhale and exhale. Bring that arm down, bend the knee on the straight leg, bring it forward. And now I have both knees going to the sides. I'm going to make sure they line up. Sitting nice and tall, I'll take both hands on the back of the chair. I'm going to think about twisting from my belly button, not just the head and the shoulders. So from the center of your body, twist towards the back of the room. Let the shoulders lower, open at your chest, and then look at your knees. So most likely your left knee has gone forward. So see if you can line them up again, keep them even, and then twist. It's going to limit the twisting a little bit. That's okay. Breathing. I don't know if you can hear that. My back is cracking, opening. It feels really good. Try to get 2 more big breaths. And slowly exhale and release. And then I'll go ahead and walk my feet center. And then I'll take my left leg over to the left. Again, checking that my ankle's over my knee. Take my right leg back, going for that nice crescent lunge. Crescent lunge because the back is curved a bit like the moon. Left hand on the back of the chair. I'm going to take my right hand and bring that right hip forward. Try to keep the pelvis balanced, the hips even, opening at the chest. Then the right arm can come up. Pinky going in front, thumb back, your palm is turned inward. Keep stretching that back heel if you can. Breathing, energizing your quad and your leg. Again, 3 to 5 breaths. So inhale and stretch, exhale and release. Inhale and stretch, exhale and release. Inhale and stretch, exhale and release. And you could do one more. Exhale, bring that arm down. Bring that leg in. So I have both legs in the same direction again. I'm going to check out that the knees are even. Sitting up nice and tall. Take both hands to the back of the chair. Try not to stagger the knees. I can hold them together. And go ahead, exhale and twist from your belly. Try to relax the shoulders down. Draw them back so that you have an opening in your chest. Inhale, twist. Exhale, release. Inhale, twist. Exhale, release. Inhale, twist. Exhale, and release. Walk your feet back center. You might want to take a drink of water. Very good. So the hips should feel a bit more open. Again, I'm sitting towards the front end of my chair, rolling the shoulders back, have a nice open chest. And then I'm going to go ahead and take those feet, the legs out again. And this time I am going to try to turn the feet even more. So the insides of my feet would be parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then I'm going to take my hands and guide the knees back. And here is your big hip opener. Sitting up nice and tall, opening at the chest, opening at the hips. And let's take 3 breaths. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. Take your hands on the outside of the knees, walk the feet together. Yeah, so you should feel that. All right. So I can sit a little bit further back. My back is not resting on the chair if it's tilted. If it's straight up and down, you can use that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move my left foot in a little bit center. I'm gonna take my right foot and cross it over the left. And hopefully you can see the ball of my right foot is on the floor. I'm sitting up nice and tall. So you might start to feel an opening of the hips here. Next phase, I'm gonna bring this foot halfway up between my ankle and my knee, holding it there. So drawing the right heel into my left shin, balancing. Takes a bit of strength to hold that foot into the leg. Very good. And then from there, if you want, you can try to raise that leg and place it on your left thigh. And from here, we're gonna open and close the gate. So I'm just gently gonna work on opening the hips. All right. So ideally what I'm going for is this shin would be parallel to the front edge of the mat. I'm gonna gently, just with my palm, I'm not really pushing, I'm just adding a little bit of weight. I can even start from my hip and just spread the skin and lengthen from my right hip to my right knee. Flex this foot. I can take my left hand into the foot. I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. That is a really big hip opener. And you can check this left foot on the floor, make sure it's under the knee, maybe walk it out a little bit, sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to guess that most of you can feel that in your right hip. If you feel like you need a little extra stretch, think about lengthening through the spine, keeping a flat back as you come out over that leg, but it needs to be a flat back, so no curved back, and then draw the shoulders back towards the hips. Breathe into your right hip. It is letting you know that it is awake. Inhale, exhale, and release. Inhale, exhale, and release. Inhale, exhale, and release. Slowly coming up. And again, you can open and close that gate a little bit. Gently take the foot off the thigh and bring it down. And you can feel the residual effects of that. And your right side's been stretched out a lot more than the left at this point. Sitting up nice and tall, you might want to move that right foot in to start. Taking the left foot, have the ball of that foot resting on the floor, sitting up nice and tall. This is phase one. This might be where you stay today. That is a-okay. If you're feeling ready for it, you're going to slide that foot halfway up the shin towards the knee. I might walk that right foot out a little bit, holding it. So this takes some strength in that left quad. You can even take your arms out and then you really feel how you're using your muscles to hold it there. And then lastly, if you can and are able to take that leg, that foot, right by the knee, and then we're going to open and close the gate as best as you can, loosening up the left hip. So we don't want any knee pain. If you're feeling this in your knee, take it back to your shin, take the foot back to the shin. I'm going to sit up nice and tall and just adding a little gravity here, take my left hand on this leg. And again, I can start by smoothing out the skin from the pelvis and the hip towards the knee. And then just setting the hand there, flex the foot, put my right hand into this foot, sit up nice and tall. And you are awakening up your left hip. Think about someone taking your hair or your scalp up towards the ceiling. Get long through your spine from your tailbone through your neck. And then through your head, relax the shoulders down. And then if you're feeling like you want a little extra stretch with that flat back, coming forward, your head towards your screen, your computer screen. Not curving the back. And you're not trying to meet your shin or your calf as much as just coming forward and breathing into that left hip. One more big inhalation. Exhale and come up. And you can move that gait a little bit. And then carefully take the foot off. And then again, butterfly your legs. All right, so we've done a good amount of hip work. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more for our shoulders. So there's passive and active stretching. So we're going to move from passive to active with the arms. So I'm going to start to take my hands towards, my fingers are going towards each other, lifting my elbows up so that they're parallel to the floor. Draw the shoulders down. I'm going to start by just taking my arms out, palms towards your screen. And so passive, my elbows might be bent, just like this. My hands might even be just fingers bent. But we're gonna move to active. So I'm gonna think from my shoulders to my elbows, and I'm gonna start to stretch up. Shoulders to the elbows. Right shoulder to the right elbow, left shoulder to the left elbow. I feel that opening in my chest. If I'm arching my back, I'm gonna pull my belly to the spine and tuck the tailbone in a little bit. Now we're going to stretch from your elbows to your wrists. Right elbow to the right wrist, left elbow to the left wrist. And draw the tops of your hands back towards the wall behind you as much as you can. Then through the tops of my hands and my palms, lengthening, lengthening, and then your fingers, stretch them in all the different directions. Reach, reach, reach. Long arms, long fingers. You should feel this active stretch. Everything is stretching out in your arms, your fingers, your hands. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And imagine that someone is holding your fingers on your right hand and stretching them to the right. Someone's holding your fingers on the left hand, stretching them to the left. And exhale, bring your hands in. Whew. So you can make the stretch as active or passive as you want, depending how you feel. So I'm going to bring my hands together, but I'm going to take them on a diagonal. So my right elbow goes towards the right upper corner. My left elbow goes towards the the lower corner, kind of where the wall and the ceiling meet. And from here, again, I'm going to have that active stretch. And I'm going to draw the tops of my hands back, which is you're going to feel that opening in your shoulders. Try to let the shoulders go down, and especially the right shoulder. Don't let it pop up to your ear. Breathing, stretching from your shoulders to your elbows, from your elbows to your wrists, through your palms and the tops of your hands, and then all of your fingers. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, bring the arms in together. Shake them out. Even, and now the other way. Left elbows up, right elbows down towards that corner. So it's not like this. We're on a nice diagonal. Go ahead and reach. Draw the shoulders back, tops of the hands towards the wall behind you. Watch the arch in your back. Maybe tuck the tailbone, belly to the spine. Stretch from the shoulders to the elbows. From the elbows to the wrists. from the wrist through the tops of your hands and your palms, and then add those fingers, stretch them in 5 different directions. Breathing, inhale, stretch, exhale, relax a bit. Inhale, stretch, exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch, exhale, release, and bring your arms in, shake them out. And again, let's roll the shoulders back. Sometimes they're a little crunchy. All right. So I'm going to take my chair now and we're going to do our tree pose. So I'm going to turn sideways just to show you. So I'm going to have my hands on the chair and I'll bring my right leg, spread the toes, start with the baby toe, next toe, middle toe, next to big toe, big toe. I want to be sure that foot is going straight. Take my left foot to my right ankle. And then I want to make sure that my hips are going forward. So it's especially that left hip. Even out the hips, so they go straight across. Hands on the chair, finding your balance. And you might take one hand to your heart. Your chair's there if you need it. And I might take the other hand, finding your balance. Relax the shoulders, big breaths, inhale and exhale. For some of you, you might want to take your hands to the chair and then move that foot up. We never want it on the knee. I'm going to take it to my calf. And I'm going to push the foot into my calf into the foot, roll the shoulders back, and play again with one hand. You may want to take the right hand to the heart. Find your balance. See if you can hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You could try the other hand, or you could try both hands. Again, the chair's right there if you need it. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, leg down, shake out your legs. Boy, this half hour goes fast. To the other side. I'm gonna line up my left foot, spread all the toes, baby toe, next toe, middle toe, next to big toe, big toe. Right foot to my left ankle. Check that the hips are even. Holding the chair, finding my balance. Maybe bringing one hand or 2 hands to my heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. For some of you, taking your hands to the chair, moving that foot, not so it's on the knee. If you feel like you can take it above the knee towards your pelvis, go for it. Otherwise, you're setting it on the calf. Make sure that right hip isn't turning back. And then playing with your balance, maybe your left hand to your heart, maybe the right hand, maybe both hands. See if you can hold it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Take that foot and shake out your legs. Nice little stretch here is to hold onto your chair. Back off. You want your hips right over your knees, over your ankles. If you've tight hamstrings, bend your knees. Then release my chest towards the floor. Have a big opening in my chest, big opening in my armpits here. Long spine, so try to keep the arms straight. And from here, some of you might try to straighten your legs, but not if you start to get a curved back, kind of a hump in your back. Then bend the knees and keep the back straight. And take a few deep breaths here before we sit back down into the chair. Feel the lengthening of the spine and the arms, the stretch in the legs. And then on an exhale, walk the feet in, and we'll come back into the chair. Just having my knees over my ankles, setting my palms on the chair, on my legs, and finding the groundedness of my practice, closing my eyes, taking the shoulders towards the wall behind me. And you can stay here for a while, even after class is over. And match up your palms and your fingers at your chest. Thank yourself and your friends for your practice this morning. Namaste.